One of the things that I often get asked is about the name Hatch Tribe and where it came from. So I thought that I would tell you a little bit of a story behind the name and just give you a little bit of the background on why we do what we do and what the hell we're all about anyway. So Hatch, we'll take that word first. One of the things that entrepreneurs do is hatch new ideas. And that's what the word hatch is all about. It's about bringing an idea forth and seeing it come to life and doing whatever it takes to make that happen. Every single one of you, if you own a business, you have hatched an idea. In fact, you've probably hatched thousands of them. So that word was really important to us because we felt like it embodied the spirit of our community and what all of you are doing and continue to do every single week or year inside of your businesses as you continue to grow. Now, tribe for us was also a really important word because we believe in the power of community. When I started my very first business, it was over 10 years ago, I remember feeling so alone. Now, mind you, I had left a corporate job. I had worked in the corporate world for 10 years and really had a strong sense of community there. I mean, it was very clear where I belonged because my workplace was where so much of my identity was caught up. But when I started my first business and I was producing large scale festivals and events, I kind of looked around and I'm like, dude, where are all the people like me? Like, I'm running this business, I'm living this dream, I'm finally, I have a business of my own. It feels like I should be really happy here, but it felt really lonely at the top because I didn't know other people who were like me. And over time, as I started to wind my way out of that business and into what became Hatch Tribe about 6 years ago, I wanted to create what didn't exist for me when I started my first business. And that was true community. People that were like me, meaning owned a business and were trying to figure out how to see it be successful, that wanted to connect, that really wanted to put supporting others above trying to claw our ways to the top. The truth is we're better together. And as women, we haven't always acted that way. I think many of us have experienced moments where girls are competing with one another and we're kind of clawing our way up to the top. And that's not our MO, and it hasn't been since day one. So many of you may have come to a live event at Hatch Tribe, and we're just known for being very welcome and opening and hugging everybody. And we really set out from day one to say, we're doing something different here. We are very much about women supporting women and helping people succeed in their own endeavors in life. Now, the truth is, Hatch Tribe has been a journey. When I initially started this, it was in many ways trying to create something that didn't exist when I started my first business. What it's transformed into over the past 6 years is what I hope is going to be a real force for change and a force for good in the world. I believe and I know in my heart that entrepreneurship is a pathway for change. And it's one of the ways that we change local communities. If you look around in whatever city you live in and you really think about the makeup and the fiber of the city that you live in, it's made up by other people and other humans, and many of which run and own businesses. Small businesses still account for the majority of the workforce that's out there. It's critically important that we foster that because we know that when we create opportunity for small businesses, we really build unique local communities, but also economies. Whether we're looking at the economy in your city or your state or the country or whatever country you live in, we know that that gross domestic product in many ways is created in part by all of the small businesses that are creating opportunities for people to work, employees, etc., and really creating growth inside of that community. And the last piece, and this is the part that I would say, gets me up every day and really fires me up, is it changes women's rights. When we give women the tools and the support and the resources to build successful, thriving businesses, we create change from the ground up. And yes, there are things that as a society, and this would be no matter where you live, but I'm speaking certainly from my experience in the US, there are things that we would really like to see change from the top down. We would like to see legislation passed in many cases that changes women's rights or opportunities for women. But we have just as much responsibility here today, working from the ground up. And when we support women and we help them create their own opportunity and their own income, we know that that creates change from the ground up. When you have income, you have flexibility. You have the ability to choose. And that's arguably one of the biggest rights that we should foster for everyone. The ability to choose, the ability to afford to be able to choose whatever path it is that you want to take. So just know that there's deep mission behind everything that we're doing, because we want to empower not only the generation that's sitting here right next to me or coming up right behind me, but also thinking about future generations to come. The truth is, I want to see way more parity in the world, in entrepreneurship and in everything else. But imagine what the world would be like if we had women out there crushing it and running businesses and being every bit as successful as our male counterparts. Wouldn't that be a more exciting, more just, more amazing world? That is certainly the world that I hope for the generations that come after me, and I hope that that is a lasting impact for a long time to come. So I want you to hear this. You, as a woman entrepreneur, you are part of that change. You are part of the change that's changing your local community, your economy, and women's rights, because you are showing the girls right next door, or the girls that you're raising, the girls in your house, maybe your grandkids, what's possible. We need to see examples of what's possible to know that we too can do that. You are part of that change, and we are proud to be there right along with you, helping create that change in the world. So that's what I got for you. Go out there and kick some ass today. Hope you have an amazing day. Talk to you soon.